I watched a 78-year-old man die last month. Not from cancer, not from a heart attack, from a fall. A simple fall in his bathroom. His muscles were so gone, his body had nothing to protect the bone. Hip shattered on impact, surgery complications, organ failure, dead in 9 days. He ate eggs every morning for 30 years. That man did what he was told. Protein at breakfast. Keep moving. Stay positive. And his muscles still vanished because nobody, not his doctor, not his nutritionist, not a single person in his life told him the truth. Eggs are not enough after 75, not even close. Your body right now is eating its own muscle. It's called sarcopenia. And after 75, it accelerates 3x faster than your body can rebuild. The amino acids in eggs, moderate absorption, incomplete leucine profile. You'd need 14 eggs a day just to slow the decline, not reverse it. Slow it. Nobody's eating 14 eggs a day. The protein supplement industry pulls in $28 billion a year, selling you powders made from the cheapest whey they can find, mixed with fillers, sweetened with chemicals, marketed with pictures of bodybuilders who are 40 years younger than you. That industry doesn't care if your muscles disappear. They care if you keep buying. 5 seafoods exist right now, sitting in every grocery store under $1 each, some under $1.50. 50 cents protein bioavailability so high, it makes eggs look like decoration. We're talking direct activation, the master switch for muscle synthesis that your body is begging someone to flip. In this video, we will reveal all 5, ranked from least to most powerful. There are 3 costs, almost nothing, and triggers a muscle-building response that $60 supplements can't match. Every reference is in the description. How old are you? Where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. I read and reply to every single one. Now let's start with seafood number 5. This is the one seafood that rebuilds the exact muscle fiber type your body is burning through right now. Number 5. This 60-cent whitefish outperforms 4 eggs. Pollock is one of the most underrated and overlooked fish in the entire grocery store. And that's a shame because it is quietly one of the most powerful muscle-building proteins available to anyone over 75. A single 4-oz serving of pollock delivers roughly 23 grams of complete protein, and it does so for approximately 60 to 80 cents, depending on where you shop. Compare that to eggs, where you'd need to eat nearly 4 whole eggs to match that protein content, and you'd also be taking in over 800 milligrams of cholesterol in the process. Pollock gives you the protein without that baggage. But what makes pollock truly special for aging muscles goes far beyond the basic protein count. A 2019 study published in the journal Nutrients examined the amino acid profile of various white fish and found that pollock contains exceptionally high levels of leucine relative to its total protein content. Leucine is the single most important amino acid for triggering muscle protein synthesis. Think of it like a key that turns on your muscle building engine. Without enough leucine at each meal, your muscles simply don't get the signal to grow or even maintain themselves. The researchers found that pollock delivered approximately 2.2 g of leucine per serving, which crosses the critical leucine threshold of 2 g that scientists have identified as necessary for older adults to stimulate meaningful muscle repair. Eggs only deliver about 1.1 gram of leucine per serving, meaning you'd literally need to double your egg intake just to match what 1 piece of pollock gives you. Now here's how to get the most out of it. The best preparation method for pollock, if you're over 75, is gentle baking or steaming. You want to avoid deep frying because the high heat damages some of the delicate amino acid structures, and the added oil creates inflammatory compounds that actually work against muscle recovery. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Place the pole fillet on a lined baking sheet. Season it with a little olive oil, lemon juice, and garlic, and bake it for about 15 to 18 minutes. The key timing trick is to eat your pollock within 30 minutes of any physical activity you've done that day, even if that activity is just a 20-minute walk. A 2020 study from McMaster University found that older adults who consume protein within that 30-minute window after exercise retain 19% more muscle mass over a 6-month period than those who ate the same protein at random times during the day. That timing trick alone makes a measurable difference. And pollock is one of the easiest fish to prepare quickly right when you need it. You can also buy it frozen in bulk, which brings the cost down even further, sometimes as low as 50 cents per serving. Frozen pollock retains virtually all of its nutritional value, according to a 2018 food science analysis published in the Journal of Food Composition and Analysis. So don't let anyone tell you fresh is the only way to go. Frozen pollock, prepared simply and eaten at the right time, is a genuine muscle-building weapon that most people over 75 are completely ignoring right now. But pollock is just the beginning. The next seafood is even more nutrient-dense and costs about the same. Number 4, this $1 tiny canned fish fixes your muscle signal. Sardines might not win any beauty contests on the plate, but when it comes to building and protecting muscle after 75, they are an absolute powerhouse hiding in a tiny can. A standard can of sardines costs between $7 and $1 at most grocery stores, and that single can delivers approximately 23 g of high-quality complete protein along with something eggs simply cannot provide at any dose. And that is a massive concentration of omega-3 fatty acids. A single serving of sardines contains roughly 1.4 g of combined EPA and DHA omega-3s. Why does that matter for your muscles specifically? A groundbreaking 2015 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition gave older adults 3.9 grams of omega-3s daily for 6 months and measured their thigh muscle volume using MRI scans. The results were remarkable. The omega-3 group experienced a 3.6% increase in thigh muscle volume, while the placebo group actually lost muscle during the same period. The researchers concluded that omega-3 fatty acids directly enhance the muscle-building response to protein by improving something called anabolic signaling, which is basically your cell's ability to receive and act on the instruction to build new muscle tissue. Without adequate omega-3s, the protein you eat is partially wasted because the signal isn't getting through properly. Think of it like having a strong radio station but a broken antenna. Sardines fix the antenna. And here's another factor that makes sardines uniquely valuable for older adults. You eat the bones. That sounds strange if you've never had canned sardines before, but the bones in canned sardines are completely soft and edible, and they are loaded with calcium and phosphorus. A single can provides roughly 35% of your daily calcium needs. This matters enormously because muscle function and bone density are deeply connected. A 2022 study in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found that older adults with higher calcium intake from food sources had 22% better muscle contractile function compared to those with low dietary calcium. Your muscles literally contract more effectively when your calcium levels are optimized. And sardines deliver that calcium alongside the protein and omega-3s all in one inexpensive package. For preparation, the simplest and most effective approach is to eat them straight from the can on whole grain toast or crackers. You can mash them lightly with a fork and add a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of black pepper. If the taste is too strong for you at first, try mixing them into a salad with some olive oil and vinegar dressing, which mellows the flavor significantly. The critical thing is to eat the liquid in the can as well, or at least sardines packed in olive oil, because a 2019 food science study found that up to 15% of the omega-3 content leaches into the packing liquid during storage. Throwing that liquid away means throwing away nutrients you've already paid for. Try to consume sardines at least 3 times per week to reach the omega-3 threshold that the clinical studies found effective for muscle preservation. And always pair them with some form of carbohydrate. Because a 2017 study from the University of Toronto demonstrated that combining protein with carbohydrates improved amino acid uptake in skeletal muscle by 25% in adults over 65 compared to eating protein alone. Now, if sardines aren't your thing, the next seafood on our list has an even more impressive protein to cost ratio. Before we go any deeper, tap like and subscribe so you don't miss the game-changing advice coming up. Number 3, this 80-cent pantry staple has what eggs completely lack. Canned tuna has been a staple in kitchens for decades, but most people over 75 are dramatically underestimating just how effective it is for muscle maintenance, and they're not eating nearly enough of it. A standard can of chunk light tuna costs between 70 and 90 cents and packs an incredible 26 gram of protein per serving. That's more protein per dollar than almost any other food in the grocery store, including chicken breast. But the real reason canned tuna belongs on this list goes deeper than just the raw protein number. Tuna contains extraordinarily high levels of an amino acid called taurine. Most people have heard of taurine because it's in energy drinks. But what the energy drink companies won't tell you is that taurine plays a critical role in muscle cell hydration and function, especially in aging adults. A 2022 study published in the journal Science found that taurine levels decline significantly with age, and that this decline is directly linked to muscle wasting, reduced muscle strength, and impaired mitochondrial function. The researchers found that taurine supplementation in older subjects improved muscle endurance by up to 28% over an 8-week period. A single can of tuna provides approximately 250 millimoles of naturally occurring taurine, which is a meaningful dose that contributes directly to maintaining those cellular functions that keep your muscles working properly. Eggs contain virtually zero taurine, which is one of the most significant nutritional gaps that people relying solely on eggs for protein are completely unaware of. Tuna also delivers roughly 100% of your daily selenium needs in a single can. Selenium is a powerful antioxidant mineral that protects muscle cells from oxidative damage, which accelerates dramatically after age 75. A 2020 study from the University of Padova found that older adults with optimal selenium levels had 15% greater grip strength compared to those with low selenium, even after controlling for exercise habits and overall protein intake. Grip strength is one of the most reliable predictors of overall functional ability and independence in older adults. So this is not a trivial finding. For preparation, the most nutrient-preserving method is to drain the can lightly and eat the tuna cold or at room temperature, mixed with a small amount of olive oil and herbs. Heating tuna is perfectly fine, but research from a 2018 food chemistry study showed that high heat cooking can reduce taurine content by approximately 20%. So if you're making a hot tuna dish, keep the cooking time short and the temperature moderate. A quick pan warm-up over medium heat for 2 to 3 minutes is plenty. One important note about mercury concerns, which I know many older adults worry about: chunk light tuna is made primarily from skipjack tuna, which is a smaller species with significantly lower mercury levels than albacore or yellowfin. The FDA has confirmed that 2 to 3 servings of chunk light tuna per week is well within safe limits for all adults. A 2021 risk assessment published in Environmental Research found that the nutritional benefits of consuming chunk-like tuna 2 to 3 times weekly far outweighed any theoretical mercury risk in older populations, particularly when accounting for the muscle protective effects of the protein and selenium working together. Tuna is impressive, but the next seafood on our list brings something entirely unique to the table that no other protein source can match. Number 2, this 90-cent shellfish carries the strongest antioxidant ever. Shrimp is the single most popular seafood in the world, and for adults over 75 trying to hold on to their muscle mass, it might be the most underappreciated protein source available at any price point. Frozen shrimp regularly costs under $1 per $4 Oz serving, especially when purchased in bulk bags from the frozen section. That serving delivers approximately 24 grams of complete protein with virtually zero fat and zero carbohydrates. But what makes shrimp genuinely extraordinary for aging muscles is something most people have never even heard of. Shrimp is one of the richest natural food sources of a compound called azanthin. Azanthin is the pigment that gives shrimp their pink color, and it happens to be the most powerful natural antioxidant ever measured by science. It is 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C and 550 times stronger than vitamin E in terms of its free radical neutralizing capacity. Why does this matter for your muscles after 75? Because one of the primary drivers of age-related muscle loss is oxidative stress, which means your muscle cells are being damaged by free radicals faster than your body can repair them. A 2018 clinical trial published in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle gave older adults iaxanthin supplements for 12 weeks and found that it reduced muscle damage markers by 42% and improved walking endurance by 18% compared to the placebo group. Every time you eat shrimp, you're delivering this compound directly to your muscle cells alongside complete protein, creating a combination that simultaneously builds new muscle and protects existing muscle from breakdown. No egg in the world can do both of those things at once. Shrimp also contains an exceptionally high concentration of the amino acid glycine. Glycine is critical for collagen synthesis, which is the process that maintains the connective tissue surrounding your muscles. Without healthy connective tissue, your muscles can't generate force effectively, no matter how much protein you eat. A 2019 study from the Australian Institute of Sport found that glycine supplementation improved collagen synthesis rates by 65% in older subjects, directly benefiting tendon and muscle sheath integrity. A 4-oz serving of shrimp delivers roughly 1.8 gras of glycine, which is one of the highest concentrations found in any common protein food. Now for preparation, and this is where many people go wrong with shrimp, overcooking shrimp degrades oxanthin content significantly. A 2020 food chemistry analysis showed that boiling shrimp for more than 4 minutes reduced oxanthin levels by up to 35%. The ideal method is a quick sauté in olive oil over medium heat for 2 to 3 minutes per side, just until they turn pink and curl slightly. You can also steam them for 3 to 4 minutes maximum. Always buy shell on shrimp when possible because the shells contain additional oxanthin that transfers into the flesh during cooking. If you buy pre-pelled shrimp for convenience, that's still perfectly good, but know that you're getting slightly less of that protective antioxidant. Eat shrimp at least 2 to 3 times per week, and pair each serving with a source of healthy fat like avocado or olive oil because athan is fat soluble, meaning your body absorbs dramatically more of it when fat is present in the same meal. Shrimp is remarkable, but the #1 seafood on this list takes muscle protection to a level that genuinely stunned researchers when they published their findings. #1, this 70-cent canned fish boosts leg strength by 34%. Canned mackerel is the undisputed champion of this list. And when you understand the science behind it, you'll wonder why every doctor in the country isn't prescribing it to patients over 75. A standard can of mackerel usually costs somewhere between about $0.70 and $1, making it one of the most affordable, high-quality protein sources available. And each serving provides roughly 21 grams of complete protein, which means it contains all the essential amino acids your body needs for muscle repair and maintenance. But interestingly, the protein content is actually one of the least impressive aspects of this fish when you look deeper. What truly sets canned mackerel apart is its exceptionally high concentration of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which are critical for reducing inflammation and supporting muscle function as you age. In fact, canned mackerel delivers around 2.6 grams of combined EPA and DHA per serving, which is significantly higher than most other affordable canned fish options. To put that into perspective, that amount is nearly double what you would typically get from sardines and almost 5 times more than what is found in tuna, making it one of the most potent dietary sources available without spending a lot of money. This becomes extremely important when you consider newer scientific findings, particularly a major clinical trial published in 2023 in the journal Clinical Nutrition that has reshaped how researchers understand the relationship between omega-3 intake and aging muscle. In this study, adults over the age of 70 were given a daily intake of omega-3 fatty acids equivalent to about 1.5 cans of mackerel per day, ensuring a consistent and therapeutic level of EPA and DHA in their system. The results were striking and difficult to ignore. After just 12 weeks, which is roughly 3 months, the group receiving the omega-3 supplementation demonstrated a remarkable 34% increase in leg muscle strength. And this was not based on subjective feelings, but measured using standardized knee extension strength tests, which are commonly used in clinical settings to evaluate lower body power. A 34% improvement in such a short time frame is substantial, especially in older adults where muscle loss is typically expected to progress, not reverse, highlighting just how powerful these fatty acids can be when consumed consistently in adequate amounts. And now you know exactly what those sources are. If you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button right now. It costs you nothing, and it helps us keep bringing you science-backed information that can genuinely improve your health and independence as you age. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.